Hello everybody, I'm Wroughtstream, and I'm here with the Dancing Fire and Ice. Now today, we're going to be taking on December constellations of last year. So, let us get started. As long as, your suggestions also tossed in there. Let's get a spin in, alright? Ooh, we were almost at the equilibrium of 50, you know? Why did I see that? I don't even think I used that word correctly, to be honest, but whatever. 53. Just polygons? Alright, that's fine. I mean, this is a... Yeah, okay, I think I'll be able to get through this one quite easily. Alright, here we go. Should be a nice warm-up. This version might even be easier than the remastered version. Actually, I don't know. Because actually, these versions are kind of similar. I guess there's a couple of visuals that could distract you. I heard some weird noises in there. That might have been me readjusting my my headphones since they kind of became a little loose, which is a first. At least that happened during the recording, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, god damn it. Actually, it doesn't even matter. I probably didn't even get a pure perfect there. Actually, it doesn't matter, because I think I already got a pure perfect on this. I think? Maybe? I don't know. Either way, yeah, I wouldn't have even gotten a pure perfect if I didn't get that too early. But yeah, this was a pretty simple level. It's pretty good for a warm-up, but, the only thing that's pretty tricky about it is that you have to really know the swing angle measures. As long as you know that, then you'll probably be able to play through a lot of those trapezoids and various types of polygons. Alright, so we have our first new level of the day, which is a name I cannot pronounce, composed by even AK, and charted by KMS, Fluffy Yoshi, and Ark. So, let's get started. Now, the person behind the suggestion just said this level was a nice warm-up chart, which, I guess we already kind of had our warm-up chart already, but I guess it couldn't hurt having another one. Also, rip the pure perfect, by the way. That was the most dumbest way to lose the pure perfect. Not that I'm probably going to get it on this level, because it's actually a decent BPM to it. Of course, it's not that fast, but, 180 is nothing to scoff at. Nice. Yeah, this chart's looking pretty nice, though. Definitely relaxing, Really. Getting myself back into the swing of things was a little bit hard for me. Especially, school-wise, since, coming back from break is a little hard for me to adjust to things. Not that I was doing poorly in class or anything like that. It was just, it took me a lot more longer to understand stuff, But at least I'm refreshed, I'm feeling pretty good. Of course, I guess there's a little bit of that anxiety, like always, but things are gonna get a little bit better. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the other reason why they suggest this level, which is, I guess it's referring to this part where they said, they called it, a magic shape, but it's not, I don't know. I don't think you would call this a magic shape, just because, there's an actual rhythm here. It is really cool how this keeps on repeating, though. It's a cool effect. I cannot believe I forgot about that part. Shows me for having a bad memory. That was a nice chart, though. Very nice and relaxing. Because now we are getting into our constellations of last month. So, let us get started, shall we? The Race Around the World, composed by Waterflame and charted by Team Omega. Take a trip through different worlds at this conceptual level made by Team Omega for the RTS event held in RDL. Each world introduces gameplay and visual gimmicks that you will need to remember before reaching the final destination of your trip. So buckle up and have a safe travel, astronomers. It's nice to see another team in the house, you know? So here we go. Team Omega, another team that arrived on the scene, you know? Has 3 members in it so far, so, you know, it's a good start. Made for the RDA, god damn it. I don't know why the acronym is escaping my mind right now. Anyway, this level has a lot of gimmicks, so, you know, we're gonna get through them all. Anyway, the event had a event, like a festival quest, right? Where you're supposed to make a level that was supposed to be like the beginning of a journey kind of level, and some of the sections of the level had to be covered in darkness. So, we should be seeing that pretty soon. Of course, like, this isn't really covered in darkness, it's more just a fog. Fun hope moment, by the way. Hit the mid-spins to reel the path. Anyway, yeah, that's the, they call it, like, debuff, which is where you had to do that. But nothing too complicated at all, so, you know, just chilling. I wonder, did anyone actually struggle reading drifting tiles? Or like, maybe I'm just too good at like recognizing shapes, but like, I don't know. I always thought it was kind of easy to read drifting tiles. Anyway, looks like we're kind of just getting a bunch of gimmicks here, so yeah. It's pretty solid level. It's a pretty good debut level from Team Omega. You know, hopefully they continue to do more stuff in the future. Maybe we might see them again in the Constellations because they are still a team participating in the RTS event. I already forgot what the name of the acronym, like what that stands for, but you know, it's all good. Glad to see one level coming for that event. We might see a couple more coming from there. Let's just move on to the next level, right? Sayonara Monochrome, composed by Huge Pulse and charted by Astral Overseer. It's another good breather for the amount of high-quality VFX we witnessed in the year 2022. This is a clean, no-distraction level with charting that is on point, ensuring that all of the fun is on the gameplay, which is what Astral Overseer has demonstrated today. I was like, ooh, strict? No, there is no strict. No strict gaming for me. Ooh. Little bouncy. I swear, I feel like it's like a disadvantage that I play with the White Planet, just because of the bloom on most of the tiles, like, kind of cover it. I mean, not that it really matters, because Most of the time, I don't even look at the planet orbit. I usually just read the patterns ahead. So, I don't really have to mind like where the planets are going, you know? Oh man, nice double BPM. Or is this just a straight line? I'll be happy with that. Oh, never mind. Okay. Ooh, damn. Okay. That got a little spicy, actually. Not gonna lie. I was not expecting that. But you know what? I guess that's just what happens when I come unprepared for these scenarios. Oh, no checkpoints too. Well, I guess that's fine. Honestly, like, this level isn't so difficult, so... At least for me, it's not that difficult. I just gotta be prepared. It looks like there's some more funky patterns coming up, though. It seemed like there's like a hexagon and something else. We'll figure it out as we go on. Focus here. Not get absolutely wrecked in the beginning of this. Okay, god damn, okay. That was not an easy section right there, actually. That you had a bit of thinking right there. That was not like, those were not orthodox double BPM patterns. The straight line to glory. And this was a lot more challenging than I was initially thinking. Just judging from how the intro of that song went, I thought it was gonna be a lot more easier. Oh, for a second I thought the end screen of that would just be the planets just like falling and you never see them again. Alright. That was a pretty nice chart though, but man, that was surprisingly a little bit more difficult than I was initially thinking it was gonna be. I mean, it is rated 6, so should have expected some challenge, but... Clown Party Remix, composed by Waterflame and charted by Glacier. You've heard this melody in every meme, in every place, or in every clown moment in your life. Now it's time to play it. This is an unorthodox level from Glacier that truly sets the mood into a wacky experience. However, the charting here is ironically not wacky. It is repetitive but fun and hits the mark well. Alright. Well, here we go, I guess. Certainly a triangle jump scare. Oh, I saw a checkpoint. Alright, cool. At least there's checkpoints here in this level, so that's nice. Alright, let's go. I swear, man. The fire tile hit sound is so funny to me in this game, man. Like, they made it so intense when you compare it to like the ice tile hit sound. Okay. Don't mind those extra taps. God damn, man. It's a little weird to play zips like that, but it's fine. Since most of the time, zips like that aren't really used, they're kind of just replaced by back-to-back loops. Oh, we're doing this again? Okay. Nice. That was really nice. Actually, I will say though that this is not complex rhythmically though, but it does require a lot of tapping, especially on those zips. Like if you saw in the key viewer, you had to like tap like 10 times per second or something like that. I don't know. But there is checkpoints throughout the level, so it certainly makes that a lot more easier to deal with. All right, it's Frum's time. Here we go. Wondering if it's gonna be as hectic as Yeet Yode's version. Maybe not. Oh, look at that like tiny angle difference on those tiles right there. You can barely see it. I literally thought that was like a straight at first. Okay. Oh god, okay. Gotta freaking read speed animations. God damn, okay. I'm getting screwed up by Frum's rhythms here. Alright, there you go. Yeah, at least we got something a little bit more orthodox. Like the constellation message said, this is not visually intensive, but it still retains some of the complexities of the rhythms. Although I feel like some of them are like a bit simplified. Oh, never mind. This is the these are like the, I don't know, these are like some weird skewed like Trasilos, and I think that was an octagon? Question mark? I don't know. Some weird rhythms though. But luckily, I did not have to deal with that with some crazy visual effects when you compare that to a Yeet Yode's version. So it certainly was a lot more easier when reading those rhythms. After all, when you have like crazy visual effects with crazy rhythms, well, it's a pretty dastardly combo, don't you think? It's a pretty solid level though. Pretty nice but certainly does offer a challenge just because some of those triangles are really squeezed together. You have to tap pretty quickly on them. That's how From's music goes, you know? Asymmetrical, pianistic broadcast 2/3, composed by Davidson and charted by Leclerc and Corliss. An Adobe adaptation of a storytelling song about a girl with clumsy hands and her piano. The visuals set the mood very well to match the experience of watching the BGA through a sepia filter. However, the gameplay commits light play drifts, is what I like to call, where the pattern of the tiles are unusual, almost like it's decaying chart. This is an easy-to-play level, but hard to not get an E-perfect/L perfect from the radical charting it has. Okay. I did not expect this to be asked a question. Thought this was going to be... I mean, I guess some weird stuff's going to happen, so... Yeah. Auto tile? Oh. Oh. God damn. I'm already, like... Look at me already messing up on these in two earlies. Oh my god, okay. There is some story going on here, though. Oh god, okay. Oh, what? Oh my god, okay. I swear, I feel like this song's like from a horror game. Okay. Oh man. God, okay, holy crap. that was a strange chart. I'm just like, I don't think it was charted badly at all. Like, I think it is a good chart. It's just the rhythms were so confusing. I thought my accuracy was way worse than this. This is actually pretty solid for what I just played. Holy crap. I thought I got like way more lates and earlies and stuff like that. But I actually did a lot more solid than I think I did. Really interesting chart though. Really interesting. Okay, so it doesn't show the song title at all, but it's basically two things that I cannot pronounce the name of. Charted by Yule, and the reason why they suggested this level, they didn't put any reason for it, so I'm just gonna play it. Oh my god, okay. Yo, this visual style looks dope though. Oh my god. Oh, there's the song title up there. But yeah, it's two things I cannot pronounce at all. But damn, this looks cool. I love the tile style on this. could read that. I will say, this is providing some pretty nice, swing-looking patterns, though. Like, I'm inclined to say that I've never seen some of these patterns in swing, but I probably might have seen them, but they're just not as common, you know? Oh, okay, yeah, so the song is just at 130 BPM. Okay. It's pretty slow, actually. Like, for reference, the first level in a do-fi, a Dance of Fire and Ice, is 150 BPM, so, you know. If it's below that, if it's like below 150, it generally is like on the more slower end, in my opinion. This was a really cool do level, though. Like, the visual style was just really nice. I loved it. I could definitely see why you suggested it to me. Alright, let's get started. So our first custom, a name I cannot pronounce, composed by Evan AK. I really think that it's just a simple advanced level. It has a decent BPM to it, but it's not really that complex. There's not like a lot of really complicated patterns. It's actually mostly just in 90-degree rhythms, but there's still quite a varied amount of them, and you have to react to some of the tile animations that go on. It's not like really like super tough, and it's not like you have to have super fast reaction times, but if this is like one of your first customs, you might struggle with it a little bit. But if you're a bit more experienced, this one should be a pretty nice walk in the park. Race Around the World, composed by Waterflame. This level just has a lot of gimmicks, alright? Now, as long as you really understand them, I mean, there are a couple of pretty tricky, scary gimmicks out there, like the Mirage mid-spins. But I think once you get used to reading it, it gets a lot more easier. Or you can just memorize the rhythm. But yeah, I think, if you just get used to how you're supposed to sight read it, it should get a lot more easier. Especially once you come across it again in the final portion where all the gimmicks start combining together. Really, if you're good at T3-X, you should also be fine on this one as well. It's just like, this is like basically a toned down version of that level. A name I cannot pronounce, composed by Huge Pulse. Now this one was like on the edge for me. Like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna put this in insane or not, but after further consideration, I am going to put it in hard. Because it is fast, but I don't know if it's fast enough to make it an insane level, But it is quite difficult, though, because it does get fast during those sections, and the rhythms are not like your typical rhythms that you usually see in double BPM. It is a really interesting level to play, but you definitely gotta pay attention, because, these are essentially irregular patterns at a double BPM thing, which is, it's really interesting to see how it sounds, And it does make sense. Like, it is charted, really well, but you definitely gotta, pay attention to those tiles when it gets to that point. But otherwise than that, there's really no tricks here. Clown Party Remix, composed by Waterflame. This is just a hard. I mean, it is quite fast, okay? I mean, it does get fast at some points. However, there are some interesting things that this level does that actually makes it a bit more easier. So, first off, well, I guess I shouldn't really say that this is what the level does. It's just the song itself is not that fast. So, these double BPM sections are too scary. But when it gets into a zip for those rhythms, instead of it being a back-to-back loop, it's a zip. And a zip actually makes it easier because you have a more lenient time window when you're pressing through those zips. Otherwise, if that wasn't the case, this might actually be contributing to an insane level. But I think because of those facts and because the rhythm is very consistent, it does not change that much at all. As long as you get into the groove of it, it should be really simple to get through as long as you have the stamina for it. 19ZZ, composed by Frums and charted by Hot Duck. Now this is a level that feels like an easier version of Yeet Yod's version. And the reason why Yeet Yod's version was so much more difficult is because its visual effects were insane. You had to pay attention real hard during some sections to even interpret what some sections looked like. Here though, it's very simple. Some of the rhythms are also much more simplified as well. There's still like some very quick taps you gotta do in there, but I think overall the chart is a lot more easier to play, especially because it's a lot more easier to sight read as well. But if you're definitely looking for a more challenging chart of this version, play Yeetot's version. This might be a little bit of an overranking, but I'm going to put this one in hard. Asymmetrical Pianist Broadcast 2/3 composed by Davidson. This is just a really weird level. So many strange rhythms that really contribute to this level, and you definitely got to like pay attention a lot here. And I feel like because of how weird it is, like you might get really thrown off and either get like an overload or just miss completely. But I think, just I don't know how you really like interpret these rhythms. Like I don't know how you get into like a groove with this one, honestly. You just kind of have to trust your instinct, to be quite honest. And that's really like all I can really say. That's why I'm putting it in hard, to be honest. A Name I Cannot Pronounce, composed by a Name I Cannot Pronounce. This is the level with like the really cool tile art. This is an insane for me personally, mostly just because it's not like it does have some pretty nice swing patterns. Like you see some swing patterns that you don't usually see in a swing level. It's a lot more like complex in that matter, but it is 130 BPM, so it is pretty slow. So yeah, but other than that, I mean, the level is pretty simple, but there is a couple of like patterns that might throw you off, especially because the tiles don't have like that glow that usually goes with them, and sometimes that glow can be helpful to like determine like where you are in the shape, But other than that, this level is it can be a little bit tricky if you're inexperienced with swing. And that's really all the levels. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I was thinking like I had something else to say, but then I realized I truly do have nothing else to say. So, hopefully, I'll see you another day.